Hi, I'm Rob from the Center for Manufacturing Technology, and today I'm going to show you how to tram in a vise on a manual machine. So the very first thing you want to do before you put the vise on the table is clean everything off. Then, after you wipe everything off, that doesn't mean the table is perfectly flat. So you want to come over here and get our stone. It's a machinist stone, not just any stone. You want to wipe down the table. Make sure the section of the table that the vise will lay on is nice and flat. This is just a check for the high spots. So you don't only stone the table, you're going to stone the vise as well. Then I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to pick up my vise and place it right on my table. Get it as centered as possible. Then slide your T-nuts in, line them up with your holes. And place your bolts right in there. Alright, when you place your bolts in there, you do not want to tighten them up yet. What you're going to do is pull your vise towards you. You see how much play is going on there. If you pull it towards the front or have it all the way towards the back, when you tighten up the bolts, they're going to be sideways. So what you want is to pull it all the way towards you, push it all the way forward, nudge it forward a little bit so your bolts are about flat. Then when you go right ahead and tighten them, it's going to be easier for the bolts to remain straight. As you're indicating the vise in, you want to make sure one side is tightened at all times to make sure you have a zero. So I tighten the left side, so that's going to be my zero. Now I'm going to go right ahead and stick my indicator in. Now I'm going to bring my indicator right down to my jaws. When you indicate a vise in, you want to make sure you have steel jaws. If you have aluminum jaws, it's not going to be as accurate as steel jaws. If you don't use steel jaws, then just use the vise itself. You never indicate the front of the vise, because the front of the vise never stays the same. So you always indicate the back of the vise with the steel jaw or on the vise itself. I'm going to bring the indicator right over. Just going to touch it lightly off the jaw. And we're going to go right ahead and zero that up. Since I tightened the left side, that's going to be my zero. Now I'm all ready in order to pull this indicator right to the right side to see how far off I am. So what I have to do is hit it on the left side to make sure it spins back right, because it just spun left going all the way across. So we want to go to the opposite. What we're going to do is bring this back to 0. Just did one full turn. Set that to 0. Bring it right back to the other side. You're going to have to do this a couple of times to get it perfectly accurate. When you bring it to the left side, you never hit the side of the vise or anything. That's only your 0. You never adjust it on the left side, you only adjust it on the right side. So I'm just going to set that back to 0, and I'm going to go right ahead and bring it back to the right side. So as we see, I'm about 4,000 off still. I'm going to hit the left side of the jaw just to bring that back to 0. When I'm on 0, just going to tighten that up just a little bit. After you have it just a couple of thousand off, it's perfectly fine to tighten down one side just a little bit so it doesn't move, so you can adjust it back to 5/10 to a couple tenths when you're straightening on a vise. So as we see, it's only a couple tenths off, so I'm going to go right ahead, set that back to 0, go right back to the other side of the vise. So we're about 5/10 off. I'm going to make a tiny adjustment. Sometimes you tighten it a little bit too much. Just going to give that a little loosen. Perfect. So now that I'm back on 0, I can go right ahead and tighten it fully. Now that we see that we indicated the vise and it's 0 all the way across with the plus or minus 5/10 indicator, that is how you indicate a vise in. Thank you.